man, make music every day and don't let nobody tell you that you're doing something wrong, because you can't be wrong when you're doing music. It's an art, and I've always put it this way: like, if you go to an art museum and you see a piece of art that's drawn a certain way that doesn't make any sense to you, the person that made that art, it made sense to them when they created it.
One, two, yeah. Come on. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Yes, sir, you are tuned in. This is for the SB1200, ASR 10s and NPC heroes. This is for the crate digging, loop getting, sound manipulators, the Fruity Loop reasoning machine innovators that pump the bass and frequently freak the kick in a stand till it slaps in your speakers. The sound providers that make sure the song is tight. Shout out to the producers, beats grinding live. Shout out to the producers, beats grinding live.
Welcome to the Beats Grinding Life podcast with your host Siren, a weekly interview podcast with inspiring music producers, where every week you will learn from a different music producer how to potentially take your music career to the next level.
Today's episode of Beats Grinding Life is brought to you by Audible. Get a free audio download and 30-day free trial at beatsbooks.com. Over 180,000 titles to choose from on your iPhone, Android, Kindle, or MP3 player. Some recommended readings by past Beats Grinding Life guests like 48 Laws of Power, 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, The Secret, Tools of Titans, and The Song Machine are all available with Audible. Once again, go to beatsbooks.com to get your free book. What's up, Beat Grinders? This is another episode of Beats Grinding Life. I'm your host, Siren Beats, and with us today we have Gosh Leotus.
What's going on, man?
What's up, man? How you doing today?
Doing good. It's just getting up, getting ready to, make some beats,
Dope. Make
some breakfast, or eat nothing. But yeah, just the usual mornings.
That's what's up, man. Beats and breakfast. I love it, man. All right, Beat Grinders. Well, Gosh Leotus is a music producer and engineer from Inland Empire, California. He's a representative of Chill Palace, a crew of music producers. He has released a few beat tapes, including one with past Beats Grinding Life guest Nabeyin entitled Blap Attack. His production credits include Murs, LeToya Luckett, Curtis King, Trizz, Ruslan, and many more. Yo, man, thank you for coming up on the show, man. Really appreciate you, man.
No worries, man. I'm honored.
Nice. That's what's up, man. All right, man. Well, I just read a brief intro on you, man. If you can just expand on that intro, man, and just let the Beat Grinders know a little bit about who you are, man, that'd be great.
No worries. Well, as you already know, my name is Gosh Leotus, producer and engineer from San Bernardino, California, or AKA the Inland Empire. I'm from San Bernardino, born and raised. I've been making beats for 10 to 11 years now, using FL
Nice.
Studio, engineering and Pro Tools. I'm a drummer, keyboardist, and I just love making music, man. Just love performing. I like showing off. That's my whole ordeal.
Nice, man. Damn, I feel bad, man. I read that you were inspired by the movie Drumline, I think, and that and that you became a drummer. So I'm mad I didn't put that in the intro, but you did fill that in for me. You filled in the blank, so I appreciate that.
It's all good, man. Yeah, I watched that movie like 8th grade. Was like summer after 8th grade. Mm-hmm. You're going into high school and you're trying to figure out what you want to do. Right. Mm-hmm. I watched that movie and I was like, one of those things where I got to get into that. And as soon as I got to high school, I was like, yeah, now that I know I can be in drumline, I joined immediately. And and that's where it kind of went from there. I just got into the whole music thing.
Dope,
was by playing drumline.
Okay. Well, man. Well, I mean that's how we start the show off, man. As we always ask, how did you, the music producer, get into music production and music, man? And it sounds like just that with the movie Drumline. and freshman year of high school, man. That's what's up. But what made you want to take it another step and get into music production as far as hip hop and R&B goes?
Well, as you already know, my Chill Palace brothers, aka my cousins, which is going to be Captain and Villain, they've been making beats for a while, and when I go to their house, that's what they would always do. I didn't know what was going on. It just looked pretty cool. They were using Fruity Loops. I think it was like 3 or 4 at the time. Damn. So it was quite a long time ago.
Right.
And what is it? And then I came across a program going to one of my friend's house back in the day. And I'm like, this program looks so familiar. And then once I started using it, I was like, oh, this is what my cousins used to use. So I finally got the program on my computer. It was like the trial version. I think at the time it was like FL Studio 6.
Okay.
And I was just playing with it. My beats were horrible, but I just loved doing it. So I just kept on doing it. And, as time progressed, I was learning a lot more about musicality as far as playing different rhythms and stuff like that. And I was incorporating, that knowledge into my producing and making music things. So I was just like, yeah, this is definitely what I want to do.
Was this all in high school?
Yeah, this is all in high school, yeah.
Wow, that's nice, man. That's what's up, man. Okay, man. Well, it sounds like you started off with Fruity Loops. Is pretty much just because it was available on what everybody else is using, pretty much?
Yeah.
Everyone around you?
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, I didn't actually know anyone around me that made music with the exceptions of my cousins, but I wasn't around them at the time neither. Because they lived in San Bernardino. I live in Rialto. Okay. And it's only a city away from each other, so but I didn't have a car or anything like that in high school, so I wasn't seeing them often. I would see them maybe once or twice a year. But they were already, doing their own thing and, going through their stuff in high school. So I was just trying to figure stuff out on my own and going on YouTube and learning things here and there. Dope. And so I met people in high school that were actually doing the same thing, and I was like, oh, this is not just, everybody knows about making beats. You know what I'm saying? Right.
Not exclusive. Yeah, everyone's or a lot of people are doing it.
Yeah.
That's dope, man. That's dope. Okay. All right, man. Well, after peeping the project Blap Attack with you and Nabeyin, man, I gotta ask, when did you start rapping? Because you were spitting some bars up on there.
Oh man, I don't rap. That was just something that we did for fun. We were in here and we was making that beat. I was like, bro, we should rap on this and just make this the only song that we rap on, just for the hell of it, just for fun. So we sat here and wrote verses and put it on that record, and that was that. But I don't rap.
It was dope. Nabeyin said the same thing too. He said you won't catch him probably ever rapping again. But that's what's up, man. All right, man. Well, when you were making beats, man, in high school, when you're just starting out on Fruity Loops, who were some of the people that inspired you? Who were some producers that you looked up to that you were trying to make beats like?
Oh, for one, I'm sure everybody says, but J Dilla, of course.
Nice.
Flying Lotus, Sam I Am, Madlib. Who else at the time? I was really into Timberland a lot because of he uses a lot of percussion sounds and he imitates his mouth with his as a percussive sound.
Right.
Pharrell. I can't even think of anybody else right now. It's just a lot of left field producers I was doing, and anything that you heard on Adult Swim, I was really into that. To that scene, I would watch Adult Swim just to listen to the little commercials.
Right.
That they the dope beats.
Right. Yeah, for sure, man. That definitely caught my attention as well, man. I mean, I know my brothers, they watched Cartoon Networks for the cartoons, and I was listening to some of that for, or watching some of that for just what they would play on there,
Right.
They definitely had some dope music on there, so. All right, man. Well, I did read that, growing up, you listened to a lot of traditional West Coast music, a lot of G-Funk, Snoop Dogg, and Dr. Dre and stuff like that. Did that have any influence on you as well?
At the time when I started, not really, because because when I first started producing, I was really into like my whole music game was jacked up. I was listening to Soulja Boy. I mean, no offense to Soulja Boy,
right.
That, opposed to now, as far as how I create music. You wouldn't think that I would listen to Soulja Boy, but I was like really into like the commercial scene, and I listened to like Soulja Boy and freaking Lil Jon, like everything that was like on the east, like on the south side. I was listening to all that stuff, and then one of my friends in high school actually showed me Flying Lotus, and then that's when I was like, yo, this is what I want to make beats like.
Nice.
And then as I got older, I was realizing like I'm capable of making beats like, the stuff that I used to listen to, which was like, Dub C and Snoop Dogg and Battle Cat and Warren G and all those West Coast cats. Because like that's what my dad used to listen to all the time, my mom and my dad. Like, okay. He was a low-key gangster back in the day, I guess. So like that's what he liked to listen to. So I kind of, grew up on that. Right. And then when I was capable of making that kind of music, that's when I was like, let's get into that.
Dope. That's awesome, man. Okay. All right, man. Well, it sounds like your palette was full as far as, just musical inspiration and stuff to draw on. So yeah, that's what's up, man. All right, man. Well, here on Beats Grinding Life, unfortunately, man, we got to drag you through the mud just a little bit, man.
Ready.
You're ready to do it? You ready for the setbacks?
Yeah.
All right, man. Well, I gotta ask you, man. What's a major setback or failure that you've had in your career that you bounced back from that you can tell us about, so maybe we can dodge the pitfalls?
Well, as far as like my music career right now, like what has set me back?
Yeah. Just your biggest major failure or setback.
What could I say? Setbacks. Well, I guess I can say, there's been times where I'd work, like I'd have a set job or whatever. I quit because I think things are moving as far as like my music career. Like, okay, I heard that I'm gonna get this set placement, and I'll either get the placement or I don't get the placement. When I do get the placement, I'm thinking it's gonna pay like thousands of dollars because, what I've heard, like other big producers would get paid and stuff like that. So I'm thinking like, this is it. This is my rocket ship, and it's going to take off. You know what I'm saying? But I've learned that you can't really get your hopes up on situations like that, and don't move too fast. As far as like, trying to just get rid of everything that you already got going on besides music. Right. Like just keep working at everything, because I know like having a job and having your friends and family and all that, and or if you have a significant other, like that stuff will like kind of, it doesn't get in the way necessarily, but you want to give, I'll speak for myself, I like to give everybody time. I try to make everyone happy. Right. But you got to realize that, music takes a lot of time. It takes a lot of your time, you know? Yeah. I think if you have good people around you and you have people understand that, what you're trying to do, then you'll be good. And that was my whole thing. So as far as you just gotta just not get your hopes up on certain situations or opportunities, and have people around you that understand what you're trying to do, and not trying to make everyone happy in this music game. Nice. Okay. So as far as trying to balance everything out, as far as family life goes and friends, how do you do that? Do you have a schedule where you're like, okay, I got this time dedicated to this person, or how does that work? Or do you only surround yourself with people that understand what you're doing? Well, I can't, that's impossible almost. So people that understand what I'm doing, because I don't feel like that's fair to them. Right. I guess I could say in my situation, like my girlfriend, like she knows that I've been doing this for a long time. You know what I'm saying? My parents, they know that I've been doing it for a long time. So I don't necessarily make a schedule for them. This is one of those things where when I have time, I'll give them time. Right. And it might be frustrating for them, and I get that, you know what I'm saying? And I feel bad, but it's just like I have to work, and I have to, I got to get these tracks out, and I got to send these emails and this and that. But when I do make the time for those people, right, definitely make it worth it. You know what I'm saying? So that's one of those things where I feel like I gotta, put my, I gotta just put my foot forward and, just make sure that everybody else is, they get time with me, you know.
Yeah, no, I'm definitely glad that you brought that up. You know, I mean, it's that's life. You know, that's real life, and that's something that, you know, just about everyone has to go through, but you know, it's rarely talked about. You know, it's just trying to balance relationships with music. You know, it's very tough. It's difficult. You know, but you know, if you love it, you know, and if it's your passion and if it's something that you feel like you're called to do, this music thing, then you'll definitely find time and you'll make time, you know.
Yeah.
So, okay, man.
It's always good to have people around you that like see your vision and, you know, and see the potential in you. And that's what also makes it easier for me. So
dope. That's what's up, man. All right, man. Well, you know, I mean, on Beats, Grind, and Life, man, we're all about the story. So, you know, you did mention that, that, you know, there was a particular time where, you know, you quit your job because of a placement. You put all of your eggs in one basket. Can you just dive in a little bit deeper to that and just, I mean, was it a big placement? Was it a placement with a major label, or can you just talk about that a little more?
Yeah. Geez. I won't say what the placement was going to be, but I will say it was a pretty big placement. Okay. So it's been around for like a really long time. Mm-hmm. But when that placement did come around, I was like, "Yo, this is it." You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna be rich. I wasn't saying I'm gonna have some money and I'll be able to move around and do a lot of things. And so I didn't like necessarily quit my job, but I just stopped caring about it. You know, I just like stopped showing. I just didn't show up, and then you know, I wasn't caring about anything else. I was like, I'm gonna get this placement, I'm gonna get this money, and we're gonna blow up. You know what I'm saying? Right. So I didn't like necessarily quit, but I guess you could say I did quit because I
mentally checked out.
Yeah, I mentally checked out. So I was just like, you know what? Let's just do that. But I mean, when it was a mistake because the placement didn't happen, and now I had to go look for a whole nother job and you know, and then go back to square one. You know what I'm saying? And just keep grinding. You know, make sure my bills are getting paid and whatnot. But yeah, man, I definitely, unless you know that you're gonna get the money or you're gonna get the placement, then you know, do that. But don't freaking sacrifice everything if you have so many bills that you have to pay or have kids you have to take care of or whatever the case. Like, I don't recommend it at all.
Dope, man. Dope. Well, that's great advice, man. Thank you for that, man. Really appreciate it. You know, like you said, you just don't, you know, count your eggs before they hatch, you know, and keep grinding it out, you know, keep grinding. So, all right, man. Well, we gotta hop on the other side of the fence, man. I want to know what is your biggest what's the biggest moment that you've had in your career thus far? What is your crowning achievement?
I got this placement with this. A couple artists named Jack and Jack. I think they're from Nebraska, I believe. Okay. And the check was pretty nice, and I was like, okay, this is things are starting to pick up. Nice. And then that's when I started to really get back into music again, because I wasn't like falling off of it or like getting uninspired, but I was just kind of like, I'm not. But this goes back to, you know, the whole, you know, job situation. Like, so, you know, I was working. Actually, no, I don't know if I wasn't working at the time, actually. But I was thinking about getting a job. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, let me just go ahead and, you know, secure myself and still work on music, but not put all my time into it, because obviously things aren't happening right now. Right. So, I got that check, and I was like, yeah, man, it's time to just get back into it, because I know that it's possible to make money off this still. Right. Because there was a time where I was just like, no, like nobody's making money off of music anymore. Like everything is going into streams, and nobody's buying albums, and that's where the money was at. And in order for artists to make money, you have to do shows, and you know, I mean, you know, that's just one of those things that was discouraging me. And I'm like, you know what, there's still opportunity out here, and I'm still seeing that to this day, because I was like 3-4 years ago, right? And those are some dope artists that I made music for, and I was like, you know, this is definitely brought me back into the whole realm of things.
That's dope, man. That's dope. All right, man. Well, what's the song called?
It's called "Fallen" by Jack and Jack. Okay,
I'm definitely gonna YouTube that or look it up on Apple Music when I get off of here. Beat Grinders, you guys can pause right now and go check it out and come back to the podcast. But that's dope, man. That's dope. All right. Well, how do you is there a way that you can, because you said you got discouraged and you were down a little bit, and you know, and I mean, is there a way to keep that from happening? Do you think, or is there how do you keep that inspiration going or stay motivated?
Just usually by just having a studio session with one of the homies, or
nice,
or being in a certain environment that's just like that makes me realize like that I need to step my game up. You know what I'm saying? I need to go harder.
Nice.
And like I'm 27 now, or 26 now. I'll be 27. And like when I was younger, it was just so easier for me to like not, it was just easier for me to just like just tell myself like this is just do something else, because I get over things really easily. But I feel like this is something that I don't need to get over. I need to just go hard. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And I'm seeing how things move now, and I'm understanding the way life goes, and that goes for anything. Like whether you like working for a certain company, or you like to do this or that, like you just got to work hard at it. You know what I'm saying? People didn't become rich for just by sitting there. You know what I'm saying? You just got to work hard at it. So definitely.
Well, thank you for that advice, man. That's dope, man. And thank you for the story, man. Appreciate it.
Of course.
All right, man. Well, I want to know, man, what does a typical day look like for you? Here on Beats Grinding Life, we definitely know that you are just like the people that you model in life, and so we want to model our day after yours, man. So therefore, we can possibly do the type of things that you're doing, man. So if you can just give us a peek into your typical day, that'd be dope.
Yeah, of course. Well, I wake up, I look to my right, make sure my girlfriend is there. Always there.
Right.
And I smother her sometimes. Sometimes she gets on my nerves, but that's what is it? I check my phone, make sure everybody's okay, everybody's still alive, and then I get up and eat, or I make music.
Nice, dope.
And I just go from there.
Okay, so do you currently have a 9-to-5 or any kind of job at all?
No, I actually recently quit. Was it 2-3 weeks ago? Yeah, 3 weeks ago I quit my job. Yeah, it was one of those things where I'm like, this is time to go hard, because I'm making money off of music now, and it's enough to get my bills paid. So
dope.
I just got to do about it. You know what I'm saying? And what's even more doper is that I probably wouldn't have been able to do that without my girlfriend, because she supports what I do, and she's always there to help me. So
nice.
I'll definitely have to give her some some props on that.
Yeah, man, for sure, man. That's what's up, man. I'm gonna clap it up for her, man. You definitely need people around you that are gonna support you, man, and help you out. So that's what's up, man. And you're lucky that that your partner in life is definitely doing that for you. So
yeah.
That's what's up. Okay. All right, man. Well, how long are you usually making beats? You said you get up and you get on it. Are you starting at like 10, 11 o'clock in the morning until the very end, or what?
I usually start around, because I live in an apartment, so I don't want to be
waking everyone up.
My being considered my music, yeah, pretty much. So I usually start around 12 o'clock, when I'm sure everybody should be up at that time, and I end at like 10. But yeah, if I don't have anything planned that day, I'll just literally make music all day, and I'll take like a break or two to eat.
Right.
But I just make music literally all day.
Okay, that's what's up, man. That's what's up. And do you usually have people come over to collab with you, or are you usually going to studios, or?
Yeah, I'll have people come over to collabs, like Nabeyin. He's here all the time. He pretty much lives here.
Who is?
And, I'm sorry?
You said who?
Nabeyin. He lives like 30 minutes from me, and he's always over here.
Nice.
And then, yeah, I'll have other people, like my other producer friend, Bruce 24K, which is, making a lot of noise in the IE as well. Yeah, and then I just like have artists come over, and we'll just make songs and just have fun. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. It definitely sounds like fun, man. That's what's up. All right, man. Well, while we're talking about the studio, man, this is a perfect segue here. The next portion of the interview is called In the Studio, where we get to learn what you do in the studio, how you do it, and what you do it with, man. So, you ready to do this?
Yes, sir.
All right, man. I want to know, when you first get in that studio, first thing at 12 o'clock p.m., What are you doing? What do you do before you start crafting beats? Do you have any kind of set ritual? Do you light incense? Do you maybe spark up some weed, or do you have coffee? What do you do? What gets you going?
Well, I have lights in my living room. So I have Christmas lights that are behind me, that like this tone in here, and I have like these color bulbs that are on my studio monitors.
Nice.
And I always sit there and think like, how am I feeling right now? Because I feel like colors like kind of set the tone for whatever kind of beats I'm gonna make at that moment. So like right now they're blue. So I assume I'm gonna make something pretty wavy today. You know what I'm saying?
Nice.
I'm feeling the color blue right now, so like I'll just set the tone in here, and I just go from there. Yeah, it's really just the lights, man. I just feel the lights can definitely make or break what kind of beat you're gonna be making throughout the day. Nice. And I'll change them throughout the day too. And if I don't know what I want to make, then I'll just have them do random colors. Dope. And I'll just create.
Nice, man. Nice. That sounds pretty dope right there. You know, I mean, definitely gotta have the lights to set the mood or the tone, like you said, man. So that's what's up. I know I got mine going right now, even though I'm not making any music. But yeah, definitely got it going all the time. So that's what's up, man. All right, man. Well, what's a not so secret weapon that you have in the studio?
Do I have a secret weapon? Jeez. I don't know if I have it. I have a keyboard. I have a complete keyboard in the machine.
Okay.
I mean, I guess I could say the machine is my secret weapon, but it's not that much of a secret weapon. All because I can play. You know, I can, instead of having to like click everything in as far as like making percussive loops, I can just click in on the machine because it's super responsive as far as the pads goes. And then yeah, man, that's how I make my stuff sound like so full as far as the drums. Like I can play everything in with the machine into FL. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I don't have anything else that's special.
Okay. All right, man. Well, what's all in your studio? What's in your toolbox?
I have MacBook Pro. I'm using the Focusrite 2i2 as my interface.
Nice. I
have a Persona's fader port for mixing. I have a complete Control Mark II and a Machine MK3.
Dope, man.
And I use my cell phone sometimes to record like random things, and I'll make beats out of that.
Nice, nice, man, nice.
I guess that's another one of my secret weapons. Like I'll just record stuff on my phone, and I'll record it into FL, and I'll make a beat out of it. I actually do it all the time.
Nice, man. You definitely inspired me to do that. I was going through your Instagram and saw a video where you were just recording random stuff, and I don't have a field recorder, and so I saw your video and I was like, man, fuck it, I'm just gonna record some things, and I recorded on my iPhone.
Dude, the iPhone mic's actually pretty decent. Like I've made several beats with it, and yeah, man, you'll get some good sound out of it.
Dope, man. Dope. That's what's up, man. Well, yeah, I definitely saw some things that you're recording and made a pretty dope beat out of it, man. So you sparked inspiration in me. So thank you for that, man.
No problem.
All right, man. Well, thank you for sharing everything that's in your studio. Beat Grinders, if there's anything that you guys found interesting or that perked your interest, I'll definitely provide links in the show notes under Gosh Leotus show notes. So. All right, man. Well, this next portion of the interview we call In the Mix. We're just going to speed things up a little bit. It's kind of like rapid fire. But if you need to take your time to elaborate on a question, man, that's fine with us, man. So you ready?
Yep.
All right, man. You prefer making beats with samples or without?
Without.
All right. Opinion on selling beats online or leasing beats online?
I think it's a good business as far as leasing beats.
Okay. Do you do it?
As of right now, I don't. I did before, but I kind of fell off of it. Fell off of it because of life situations. But no, I agree with it though, because I know a lot of people that don't.
Right. A plugin that you think every producer should have in their arsenal?
Sasha's Fattener.
Nice. That one's been mentioned on here more than a few times. So, all right. do you have a book that you think every producer should have, or do you have a book that you think every producer should read? And it doesn't have to be music related.
The Alchemist.
Nice, that's a good one. That's definitely one of my favorites. Nice, okay. Beat Grinders, I know that you guys are definitely into audio, but you don't have time to actually pick up a book and read all the time. Good thing for you, there's audible.com. And so with audible.com, you can get a free book just like the one that Gosh Leotus just mentioned, The Alchemist. You can get that for free. Just go to beatsbooks.com and go check it out.
Yeah, and it reads it to you too, so you don't have to actually read it.
Yeah, right? Exactly, man. All right, man. Actually, I'm going to go back to that. I mean, The Alchemist, to me, is a great book. It almost kind of reminds me of you, and the things that you're going through, and your path. It's not like a straight road, to success. You've had to drop jobs, pick up jobs, and kind of the same thing in The Alchemist. He just fortunately never lost sight of his main goal,
What's crazy is that I've heard so much about the book and had so many people explain to me what the book is about that I've skimmed through it, but I haven't actually read the whole thing. But I know a good chunk about it, like the idea of it. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. But I have the book sitting right here on my desk. I just haven't got into it yet, and I have it sitting there just in case.
Right.
Man. I'm gonna read it, but I definitely get what it's about, though, which is crazy.
Yeah, it is. It's a great book, man. All right, man. Well, is there an internet resource that you use that you think every producer could benefit from? And when I say internet resource, I mean a website or an app.
SoundCloud.
Oh, nice. That's a good one. I don't think anyone's mentioned that on here, but everyone uses SoundCloud. So That's crazy. Okay.
I just like the SoundCloud community because there's a lot of producers on there, and that's kind of how I got, recognized from certain people was from SoundCloud.
Nice.
I definitely recommend SoundCloud.
Okay. Now, we're going to just slow things down just a little bit here, man. I want you to describe or tell us what was your first placement, and if you can, just describe the feeling and everything. Just tell us the story of your first placement.
My first placement, I believe, was the Murs placement.
Wow.
And I think so, if I'm not mistaken. Mm-hmm. And when I got that placement, and what was dope about that placement is that I was actually in the room with them, thanks to my boy Curtis King. He's the one that made that play for me.
Nice.
But yeah, I was actually in the room with him, got to vibe with him, show him beats myself. Like, it wasn't one of those things where you had to just send a mass email full of beats and then keep like one or two. Like, I actually got to be in the room with him, and I got two beats for him. Mm-hmm. And then after that, me and my girl and him and his girl went on a double date together to the movies.
That's dope.
Yeah. So, and he paid for everything. He took us out afterwards, so that was super dope.
Yeah, man, that's awesome, man. I mean, I'm already a big Murs fan, but that makes me like him even more. Wow,
Murs is one of the dopest people I've met in life. Like, he's super cool, man.
Yeah, sounds very humble, man. That's dope right there, man. Wow. Yeah, man. And it just came from an organic place, it seems like. You just sitting there and playing on beats, like you said, it was a different feeling because you didn't send beats to him and sit there and wait to see what he liked or not. It was right there in the moment,
Yeah.
So that's what's up, man. All right. Well, what's your favorite song that you ever produced?
Man, there's so many. Let me think. My favorite song that I produced that's out right now on Apple Music is my boy Cam Archer. It's what's that freaking song called? It's called it's called Holographic Part 1. That's what it's called.
Okay, nice. Well, we'll have to check that out, and I'll provide a link for that in the show notes. So, also, what are the two songs called that you had with Murs?
What's that one called? To be honest with you, I forgot.
It's okay.
Because I named them weird, but I mean, I'm sure you'll be able to find them on the internet.
Yeah, I actually saw them on the internet, but
one of them was, it's something from The Walking Dead. I forgot what it's called.
Right.
But I completely forgot the names, to be honest with you.
Okay, no problem. I'll provide those in the show notes as well. So,
okay.
All right, man. Well, I want to know What's an album besides one that you worked on that you recommend every producer listen to, and why?
Oh man, my favorite album right now that I recommend listening to, if you haven't listened to it already, Lupe Fiasco, Food and Liquor. I listen to that to this day all the way through.
Nice.
And regardless, I mean, besides the whole story behind it and the, you know, the whole concept of the album, I just think it's sonically, like, it's dope. Cause like, it's not just, it's hip hop, but it's like, it just, I don't know. There's something about it that just intrigues me every time I listen to it. It's like I'm listening to a whole new album, all over again. And I think it's because it has a lot of stuff going on, and it's still hip hop because of how he comes off and what he's, delivering, or the message that he's delivering, and it's just all around dope musically.
Nice, man. That's a great recommendation. That's definitely personally one of my favorites as well. And I'm just surprised that no one else has mentioned it, but thank you for that one, man. That one's dope. And Beat Grinders, if you guys haven't checked that out, please do, and I'll provide a link for that in the show notes, so you can definitely check out Lupe Fiasco, Food and Liquor. So, all right, man. Well, I want to know, man, we've given you the responsibility, man, to put up 4 faces of producers on Mount Rushmore. So I'm placing the pick in one hand and the hammer in the other, and I want you to chisel out 4 producers. Who are they going to be?
Battle Cat.
Nice.
Timbaland. Pharrell.
Nice.
And who else? Scott Storch.
Wow, that's dope right there, man. I mean, all those dudes are legends, man. And Battle Cat, I'm just surprised not too many people have mentioned his name on here, but he definitely, wrote that wave of G-Funk and definitely is still going with it as well, so he's a legend. He's definitely a legend.
That's believe it or not, that's my number 1 favorite producer, actually. I forgot to mention him earlier, but he's my number 1 favorite producer.
That's tight, man. That's dope. I'm not surprised, man. That's what's up, man. Wow. And then the other 3 as well, man, they've all been, started movements as well, and still doing it, man. So that's what's up. All right, man. Well, I want to know, man, what's a perfect studio session to you? I want you to imagine that you can have 4 people, any 4 people, dead or alive, in a studio with you. And one has to be an artist, one a co-producer along with yourself, one an engineer, and one a random person.
This could be people I do know and people I don't know?
Yeah, anybody.
Oh, okay. Well, it has to be Nabeyin, because me and Nabeyin can make a beat. And engineer, my boy Marshall. He's engineering for like several people. He's really good at what he does. He's done stuff for like Mary J. Blige.
Nice.
He's LeToya Luckett, like a lot of the R&B, the whole R&B, LA R&B scene.
Okay. Well, what's his last name, or how can we look him up?
To be honest, I don't know his last name. I just know him by Marshall. But
okay.
I can definitely send you a link to his Instagram if you would like.
Yeah, that'd be dope.
He's a really dope engineer.
Okay.
Who else? So I got a producer, got an engineer, artist, my boy Cam Archer that I mentioned earlier.
Nice.
And somebody random, let's say Future.
That's what's up, man. Okay, that's what's up, man. Because he wouldn't just be a random person. He'd definitely be a contributor, right?
Of course, yeah.
That's dope, man. Well, I mean, it sounds like has something like this already happened before, minus Future? I mean, these are all people that you know. Have you guys all come together and made music before together?
Actually, well, with the exception of me and Nabeyin and Cam, no. I mean, because I've worked with Marshall before, just not with before. So
okay.
I feel like if we were all in the room, it would definitely be a great session. It would be a perfect session, should I say.
That's dope, man. Well, I mean, I always say, just hopefully your dream session can happen, and it doesn't seem like it's too far off from reality, man. Keep grinding out, and you could definitely make that happen.
Heck yeah.
All right, man. Well, I want you to imagine that you just woke up and you lost everything that you had except for your knowledge and $1,000. So you don't have any of your contacts, none of your equipment, none of that, man. That your chill palace homies, you can't call on them. What would you do in the next week to restart your career?
Man, I'm working somewhere. I'm about to go butt off and just rack up and just buy everything all over again. But like you said, if I only had $1,000, yeah, I'm buying a laptop from somewhere and a little MIDI controller, and I'm gonna go back in.
Nice. That's dope, man. That's dope. It doesn't take much, man. I mean, on that laptop, you would probably have, or I mean, I guess it doesn't. Well, you have GarageBand on there. You could possibly use that, and just get started. So, and drums aren't hard to find. So,
not at all. I was actually just having this conversation yesterday with Decap about how you don't really need, Decap is, I'm sure.
Oh yeah, he's a past guest.
Yeah, I was talking to him last night actually about how you don't need a lot of stuff. Like I don't necessarily need the keyboard and the machine. It's just like for, just for aesthetic. You know what I'm saying? Like this, and just so the workflow is a lot faster. But
wow.
In FL Studio, and actually most programs, you can use your keyboard as your key. You know what I'm saying? So,
wow, that's crazy, man. That's crazy. So are you pretty good at playing the keys on the keyboard, on the computer keyboard?
I'm decent because I was using that for years until I actually could buy my own equipment. So yeah, I can make a full beat just using that if need be.
That's crazy, man. That's pretty dope right there. I don't know if I know I couldn't. I mean, I'm sure I could probably learn, but yeah, that's nuts, man.
It's pretty easy to learn. It's just you just gotta sit there with it. I'm not gonna say that I picked it up right away because I used it for about like 3 or 4 years of making beats back in the day. Right. But I found out like where to place my fingers and where not to place it. You know what I'm saying? It definitely is a learning curve, but it's possible.
Right. Okay. All right, man. Well, the reason why I asked this question is because there's some people out there that want to get into music production, and they only have a little bit of money and they don't know where to start. So, this answer that you just gave will definitely give them send them in the right path. So, and also there's people out there that lost their equipment or whatever to theft or it just being broken. So thank you for that, man. Really appreciate it.
Of course.
All right, man. Well, I want to know when it's all said and done, man, and when your music career is over. You sound like the type of person you're going to be making music for the rest of your life. But when it's all said and done, man, I want to know, what do you want your legacy to be? And what does legacy mean to you?
I want my legacy to be, just be you and make the music. Or I guess I could say my legacy. I just want to show that I was able to make things happen by just being me.
Nice.
And making the music that I want to make and not having to, carve my sound to, as said, opportunity or whatever the case. Just be you and make the music that you want to make.
Nice.
And what somebody is recommending. That's what I want mine. Like, I want to have Oh Gosh sound. I feel like I'm getting there. It's like my Oh Gosh sound. And that's what I want to definitely make a mark in this industry.
Nice, man. Nice. Well, it sounds like you're definitely on your way, man, to fulfilling your legacy, man. So, from what I've heard and from what I've seen, man, you're definitely doing your thing, man, and you're definitely setting an example, for us to follow. So that's what's up, man.
Thanks, man. Appreciate that.
Yeah, man. All right, man. Well, I want to know, what's the best piece of advice that you've received coming up in this game, man, and what advice would you have for all the beat grinders listening today?
Man, make music every day, and don't let nobody tell you that you're doing something wrong, because you can't be wrong when you're doing music. It's an art, and I've always put it this way: like, if you go to an art museum and you see a piece of art that's drawn a certain way and it doesn't make any sense to you, the person that made that art, it made sense to them when they created it in a museum. You know what I'm saying? So it definitely has made a mark in that industry, and has I'm sure it's inspired other people that's in that same field. Also like that. You know what I'm saying? Because it didn't treat them in some type of way. It made a connection. So with that being said, just continue to make music every day. Don't let nobody tell you that you're doing something wrong or to do it a certain type of way. Just be you.
Nice, man. That's great advice, man. And that's that analogy with the painting in the museum, man. I haven't heard that one, but it makes perfect sense, man. And I'm glad that you definitely brought that up. It's all subjective, man. So, if somebody's telling you your beats are whack or they don't like them, it's just keep going. I mean, you definitely want to listen to criticism, but you definitely want to keep doing your thing. Like you said, as far as your legacy goes, you want to do it your way, and so everybody has to find their own style and do it their way. So that is what's up, man. Thank you for that advice, man. Really appreciate it.
Of course, man. Of course.
All right, man. Well, if you have any more words for the listeners, man, we reached the end of the interview. If you want to let them know, what you're working on and what they should be listening to from you and how to contact you if you want to be contacted, man, that'd be great.
What is it called? I'm actually working on 2 projects right now.
Nice.
I have one that's coming out in July. Mm-hmm. It's going to be called Stressed Out. Mm. And then I have another project coming out. I don't know when I'm dropping it, but I'm finishing up actually possibly today or tomorrow. And that was going to be called We Love It Here. And
it's going to be called what?
It's going to be called We Love It Here.
Okay.
So yeah, look out for those when they do drop. What you should be listening to is Blap Attack.
Nice.
I mean, we definitely went in on that project, so
yeah. I mean, like I said, I was listening to it today, man, and me and my daughter, we're definitely both loving it, man. And Beat Grinders, you guys know that you're definitely gonna hear some fire bars as well from Gosh Leotus and Nabeyin on there, so definitely gotta peep that.
Yeah, you a little something. But yeah, guys, it's pretty much that.
Okay, all right, man.
Yeah, man. Once again.
Oh, man, appreciate you, man. The producers that come on the show, you guys definitely drive, this show. And so definitely appreciate you coming on here and spreading your knowledge of wealth, man. I can't thank you enough, man. So really appreciate you, man.
Of course, man. Appreciate you as well.
All right, man. Well, Beat Grinders, I want to thank you guys for tuning in to another episode of Beats Grinding Life. If you guys found this show of any value, if you guys picked anything up, which I'm pretty sure that you guys did, picked up some gems, please share it on Instagram, share it on Twitter, share it on Facebook or any other social platform, and just let people know how much you appreciated this show. Get the word out. It really helps. And tag me and also tag Gosh Leotus and let us know what you guys felt. Be sure to rate and review this podcast on iTunes. That also helps spread the word about this show as well. So go ahead and give us five stars and just let us know what you think, how you feel. And you know how it goes. You guys have been mentored this week by Gosh Leotus, so you guys consider yourselves lucky. Keep making beats, stay on your grind, and live life. All right, peace, y'all.
All right, man.
Here at Beats Grinding Life, we want to thank you for listening to another episode. We want to know what were your biggest takeaways from this interview. Just go to beatsgrindinglife.com and leave a comment on this episode's show notes page. Also, while you are there, go subscribe to the podcast on iTunes. Just click the little button that says subscribe. If you could, please leave a rating and review. Rating and reviews are the best way to show your appreciation because it helps more people find out about the podcast. So until next week's episode, keep grinding.